Ladies and gentlemen, it's Todd Screamer from Summit Funding talking to you about how to sell to referral accounts. First of all, let's talk about what a referral account is and why we focus on them. A referral account is anyone that you have closed 4 or more loans with in the last year. So most of those people that fall into that bucket or category would be home builders and realtors. That's mostly. It could be others like financial planners and different things, but that's for most of us, that's what that is all about. So how do we get a lot of those? Well, the first step is we got to have a dialer. Now, if you don't have a team or you don't have a dialer, this is usually you. A dialer could work for one team or it could work for a branch, but someone's got to set up the appointment. And that's pretty simple. It literally is just someone, either you or a dialer that says, hey, this is Todd Screamer. Josh, is this Josh from Caldwell Banker? Yeah, how you doing? I'm great. Hey, do you have just a minute? Yes, I do. Listen, we heard some great things about you. I was wondering if I could meet with you literally for 15 minutes, 30 minutes max, and just see if I can help you make some more money. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. You'll get a yes about 2 or 3 out of 10 times. Okay, so if you make a lot of dials, you'll get a lot of appointments. And so it literally is that simple. That is, right? So then what happens is the loan officer goes out on the appointment. And people always say, hey, what do I do when I'm at that appointment? It's very simple. There's really only a couple questions and a few things you do. One is you give them some honor. The second thing is you get in some questions. Say, hey, I know I only asked for 15 minutes. Can I just quiz you on a couple big questions so I can figure out how to help you? Yeah. Number one, when you think of using a mortgage lender, what's the top 3 things that are most important to you? Well, A, B, and C. Okay, great. I appreciate you sharing that with me. The next question is, what are the 3 things you don't want in a mortgage lender? Well, I don't want you to close late. I want you to call me back, you know. And sometimes they say the same things. Say, great, I'm taking some notes here. You know what? I got one more question. What could I do to wow you? What would a mortgage lender do to wow you? And just be like, wow, I've never had anyone do that. Well, I guess maybe help me get some more business, right? So just basic question asking. The 2 main questions, sometimes I throw in the wow question. Then you're like, hey, I've got some great material here. I've got some great ideas on how to make you some more money. Could I just schedule another appointment with you next week, same time, same place, and just come back and professionally present to you on what some of those solutions might be? Sure, okay. And then I have the second meeting. The second meeting, I give them honor again. Say, Mike, you know what? The last time we met, it was so cool to meet you. I literally couldn't sleep the first night just thinking about, man, I might be able to work with Mike Gutterman. My gosh, that is awesome, okay? So I appreciate the second meeting. I hope to earn your business. Now, you said A, B, and C last time that this is what you want from a lender. Here's how I deal with that. Here's how my company deals with that. Now, the things you don't want, you said a couple things. Here's how we deal with that. What do you think of this? Well, gosh, all that sounds great. They always say it sounds great because they told you during the first meeting how to close them, okay? So if you can think about that 2-step meeting, and it's not always 2 meetings. Sometimes it's 1 meeting. So people always say, well, Todd, they won't set a second meeting or I only get 1 chance. You got to combine them, okay? So that does happen. So be careful of overanalyzing. You got to understand the context of the relationship. My biggest account I ever got, the secretary called me up and said, hey, you get 30 minutes and that's it. So I had to do this in 30 minutes at one time and I end up getting the account. So all of those details happen with practice, guys. The last step is we got to have a follow-up program and you got to set regular business meetings. You got to have a schedule where you call your accounts on a regular basis because if they don't hear from you, they're going to leave you. Now, I've made all this sound pretty simple and it is pretty simple. Just before I walked in here, I got a call from a core client that said, Todd, I use that 2-step close on a realtor that does 45 sides a year, and I close them. It's unbelievable. Guys, this really, really works, and it's just a process on how we sell. Thanks, guys. Make it a great day.